everybody, welcome along. As you join me here as I'm just pulling out of my fields. Let's go to the gate there. So we've just been in one of our fields of wheat here, doing a little bit of final spraying off, really killing any of the grass or the greeneries left in the bottom of the stubble, really. So it's been desiccated now, so it's gonna be left for about a minimum of 10 days to 2 weeks, and then that should be, once it's dry enough, we could be able to come in there and hopefully push the combine in, but time will tell on that front. What we're off to do now, we've got a few things to do. We've got some hay knocked down, which is drying out, so we've also got a little bit of silage to bale. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this back to the yard, and we need to run down to the store and pick up a tether of mine, which is down there. So we can actually row up some hay, and then we're going to we'll get the baler out and get going, actually. So lots to do this morning, or this afternoon, sorry. So let's see how we get on. I hope you're all doing very well. I hope you're enjoying whatever you're getting up to at the moment. Do remember to leave a like in the comment below. Just let me know what you're doing. I always like to keep caught up on where you all are at and what's going on. Just back into here. No, where's that tractor? There. So we've actually got one of the old tethers on at the moment, on the old Massey there, and that tether is primarily set up to for spreading. Got a different set of tines on, so we'll take this one off. Oh, I've left my flashing lights on. So give this a lift up. So I was very happy with how the silage went the other day. Everything is in the pit's sealed up and it's doing its job there, slowly fermenting away. Very relieved to get all that in the ground, let's say. So that's a good step. Now we've just got to leave that for a bit. We've got a little, like I say, we've got a little bit of baled silage to complete. Perfect. And then we'll be kind of done with the silage. So that's always nice to get that out of the way. For the meantime, though, we're going to head on down to the store. And the little rocket of a machine that is this Massey. I do enjoy driving this Massey. Oh, there's a car. The cars on this in this area are absolutely bonkers, the drivers. Absolutely crazy. So it's been nice to see Culper Park Farm get a bit more love again of late. It's one of those maps that, for me, it's a favourite of mine, but it's always been, it's obviously been very popular within the community, but it seems like it's, obviously when there are new maps on always being released and launched, some of the old favourites get kind of pushed by the wayside, so it's nice to see this one's coming back a bit. I've seen a few more live streams coming back on this one, for example, so that's always good. And yeah, it's a very high quality map. It is called Park Farm, so it's always nice to keep coming back to this old girl. One thing is the motorists on this map are crazy, like I just said, the lunatics that drive so quickly. These are our fields on the right here. That's our field of wheat there, and then we've got some potatoes in at the bottom here. The potatoes are good to be lifted as well, so once I could actually afford to do so, I'm going to have to hire in one of the local contractors with a big harvester, and we'll just have to get that bashed out as soon as we can. There's a lot to do there though, so we'll have to see what we can do about that. I certainly don't have the means or the desires to purchase my own harvester, that's for sure. So as you can see, I've got a few little bits of equipment here. That's my baler, the hay bob here. Now both of these have been down here for a service, so they're both ready to be collected as it goes. So we must get down here and do that soon. we go. But for now we do need to use our tether, so we'll head back up. Right guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to drive up to the farm there and I'll let you, I'll catch back up with you when we make it to the yard. Okay guys, so welcome back. This is a little field that we have tedded out for hay. It's drying up quite nicely. I'm debating whether I should get it rode up now or wait. As you can see, the massey's just over the hedge there, and that's where we're going to be looking to bale some silage today. So I might just leave this to dry out a little bit longer, then we'll roll it up. I have brought the case up here as well, just park it out of the way for now, because what I think I'm going to do is row up the headlands of the silage first. We'll get that baled off, and then we'll take off the ends as well, just to kind of, so I can move the bales out of the way and not cause any damage or any mess up the spots as I go. So in we go to our field here. This field here is probably about a little over, I think it's just a little under 15 acres actually. It's always primary grassland really. We've never put a crop into here, but it's a nice little sized field here. We should get a decent sized crop off of this. So what we'll do, we will get this rowed up. It didn't have the thickest crop on this year. We might try and make a second cut of silage off this. We'll just see how we end up and see how we're doing for time as well with everything else we've got to do in terms of harvest. So, but for now we're going to jump into the trusty massey here and we'll get ourselves going. See what we can do here. So we've got 4 headlands, so we're going to row those all up first, and then we'll take a rain check on it from there and see how we're looking. Okay then, so let's get back to the beginning here, and away we go. So it's not the biggest of hay bobs, or the biggest of windrows, let's be honest. However, it is my own. It doesn't cost me anything to hire it in or to contract it, so I can save a nice bit of money. And right now, money is at in short supply, so we do need to be quite careful with how we operate in the foreseeable. What we will do, like I say, we'll take these headlands off. This is 4 of them, and then we'll come back and we'll get these baled up, bring the wrapper in and get those done as well. See how the yield's looking, see how many bales we get off, and then we'll take it from there. There's still a chance I could ted out this the main part of this field as well and make some hay out of it. But yeah, so for now we're just going to slowly work our way around the field here. And we'll see what we can do. So this massey is only about 80 horsepower, but it's more than adequate to handle a small little machine like the hay bob. They can usually run on anything from, well, I used to drive, my first tractor I drove was a 434 International, old 2-wheel drive thing which didn't have a cab, so that shows you how old it is. And that was 43 horsepower, and that easily pulled the hay bob. So yeah, more than adequate in terms of capacity. What we've got to do is make sure we, because these with the mower we use, it does leave quite a wide swath, so we need to make sure we capture as much of that as we can with the hay bob here, which we seem to be doing. I'm expecting soon. I have just taken the delivery or requested the delivery, made an order for some fertilizer. We need to put something back onto the silage fields to aid their regrowth. We haven't got a lot of slurry at the moment, so that's out of the question. So we will have to try and find something. So typically I would like to put some nitrogen on there. So we have got an order of that coming. It's going to be a wagon coming with some fertilizer bags for me at some stage. So it would be nice to get some dressing onto the fields to give it that extra little kick it will need. Still up that little hill there. I think the hay bob's digging in a little bit. back to traditional, older school farming. Huh? Look at it, perfect. As much as I would like to have a big windrower, you know, one of those 4-rotor machines like we got into hire for the silage, for example. Something quite nice about the older classics. Definitely. So I hope you're all doing very well, guys. And welcome to my new subscribers over the last week or so. Welcome along. So thank you very much for subscribing, and I hope you do enjoy your stay and the content we release here. I will be, from time to time, typically we're looking at about 3 uploads a week, but I've gotten to the habit of making like a 4th upload, which doesn't really have any strict release schedule or content specific schedule, but it will be as and when, and depending upon how we're getting on, really. So do keep an eye out for that. It could be very interesting when they arrive. And you know, I'm in that pattern now where I do just like to keep making some more footage of what I'm doing. So why not just keep knocking it out? Okay, so that's 2 headlands done. The reason I do 4 really is just so I can guarantee that I have enough space when I'm turning around my ends, just so I can actually take a nice loose turn. If I turn too quickly when you're using a power takeoff shaft or an implement with a power takeoff shaft, you can risk damaging the power takeoff. So you want to be as careful as possible there. So that's the reason I have quite wide headlands. Same with my combines, I'll always put 3 or 4 in, depending upon the width of the header. But obviously on Culborough here we do have quite a small combine, so it's going to be at least 4 really. I've been known to put 5 in once or twice before, but then some drivers like to put 5 in, and some operators, because of the method they wish to choose. And if you've got an older combine as well, sometimes you won't quite be able to spin it around on a 6-pence like you can with the more modern machines. So, as it's now about 10 to 6 in the evening, what I think we'll do is we'll take the headland off here, and then we might just loop over we'll get the headland baled up and taken off here, and whilst that hay is looking quite dry, I don't want it to get damp again this evening tomorrow, so we might head over there, get that road up, and then we'll take that up as well. And I'll just make sure that that's baled, that's kind of left there. Once it's in bales, I don't mind leaving it there tonight, but I just don't want to risk damaging the hay anymore, really. So we'll probably have a look at that, but we'll get this field finished up first this evening, that's for sure. So I've often thought about buying that field directly ahead of us on the hillside there. It is a nice large grass field, but it's actually owned by a farmer who lives over the hill. There's a pig farm up there actually, and they have a lot of grass up there as well for some of the livestock. So he has a lot of land up there. We haven't quite. I don't think he needs all of it. I think he could quite easily use some of it out, but he's reluctant to, which is his right, really. But I haven't thought about it. We've had initial discussions once or twice before, but never amounted to anything more than that. Maybe one day we could strike an agreement on something, but at the moment it's not going to happen. But we are always on the lookout for a little bit more land, a little bit more productivity. I'd like to get some maize planted somewhere as well, just to have a maize crop silage. So that it would be always nice to be able to expand our land to install that somewhere. So we'll have to wait and see how that comes along. You never know, there are always people who are looking to release some of their land or downsize or find some diversification, so we always keep an eye out for that kind of thing. Okay, so we'll leave it there for now. Gonna have trusty Massey out of the way here. The hedgerows here, can't see a thing again. Go for it. We're going to swap tractors, we'll leave the Massey in here, and then we'll come back and see, we'll jump on the baler and we'll get these headlands raked up. Okay guys, so it took a little bit longer than I anticipated there. The reason for that is I decided to take the Massey back down to the yard, took off the hay bob, and then we've hitched up the baler wrapper so we can get these bales wrapped up nice and quickly. But we're in the trusty 1455 case. I love this machine. It's some nice, easy, simple, basic power, essentially. Much like the 3080 just there as well. But there's not a lot that can go wrong on this old device. On this old machine, sorry. So what we're going to do is fire up the baler. This Kuhn baler is relatively new to us. We've had it for about 2 seasons now. We do a lot of baling, a lot of straw, a lot of hay, a lot of silage, so it is important to us to have a very reliable new baler. So we opted to go for a Kuhn. We got a good deal on the farm auction on the Kuhn baler, so here we are. And yeah, so far it hasn't let us down once, so very happy about that. So we're going to take off these 4 headlands, like I said, and we'll see how we're looking from there. What I might do for this part is, as it's such a nice day, is send up the drone and we'll watch from above. Okay then guys, so we are back and just finishing up the last of the headlands. We're going to jump across now. It's starting to turn a little damp out, so I think it was the right call just to see if we can get this little paddock wrapped up over the field here, and then we'll come back in and we'll get those round bales wrapped up. That shouldn't take too long, there's not a great deal of them there. So we're just going to jump over here. I just don't want these this hay to suffer anymore. So we're going to let this car pass here and we'll sneak in. At this point I'm going to leave you to your own devices here. I am going to clear up this field and then we'll get everything tidied up and get those a few bales wrapped up there. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Please do hit that like button and smash that subscribe button, and also drop any comments if you do have any below. Let me know what you'd like to see moving forward, and if you have any questions or any feedback you'd like to give me, all of that will be very much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you very shortly, but until then, thanks for watching and we'll see you later. Well guys, just another quick little update. We are finished here. It's about an hour later. It's about 10 to 8. The sun over there is just going down. Looks very pretty skyline there. So we've just got all the bales wrapped up into here. We got 9 silage bales in here, and I think there's 7 or 8 hay bales from that little paddock over the other side of the road. So that's a nice little start. It is very damp here now, so I'm very pleased that we did bale up that hay. And we're going to come back into here tomorrow, see what the weather's like, and we'll get this either... we're probably, to be honest, just going to bale this all silage, to be honest. We'll get this done as soon as we can. But yeah, so I just thought I'd give you an idea to see how we got on today, really. All in all, very pleased with the end result there. Nice little bit of, or start of some silage at least. So we've got a lot more to do, but you know, we're making progress. So yeah, just thought I'd give you a quick update. I'm going to go back home now. So until next time, we'll see you later.